Hello, dear students. We are starting with a new chapter that is control and coordination. Having control over something and coordinating it properly to get the action done is what we are going to speak of in the human body. Such a large, such a complex organism human being is. All the activities are working in coordination with each other. बीपी बढ़ जाता है तो वो एक्सट्रीमली ना बढ़े, उसके लिए कुछ हार्मोन्स रिलीज होते हैं जो उसको एक रेगुलेशन में रखेंगे, एक चेक में रखेंगे, एक कंट्रोल में रखेंगे. That is how different physiologic functions of our body are regulated. Our growth, our mental development, our emotions, our metabolism, our excretory system, our digestion, our reproduction, everything is under control of something which we are going to speak of. And all these activities are coordinated with each other. The two systems of the body which work meticulously and all day and night, they have no rest. They don't take rest at all. They are active all the time. These two systems of the body are nervous system and the endocrine system. They are the nervous system and the endocrine system. They work in coordination with each other. एक दूसरे से अपनी activities coordinate करके चलाते हैं. Have you seen a relay race? Relay race में एक participant जो लेके भागता है gives it to the other participant. That other participant is going to take it to the other participant of their own team. ये दूसरे team वाले participant के पास नहीं जाएगा. The team is going to coordinate. Have you seen a basketball match? एक टीम का प्लेयर अपने ही टीम वाले दूसरे प्लेयर को बॉल पास करेगा, दूसरे प्लेयर को नहीं करेगा. सच कोऑर्डिनेशन. एंड देन देयर इज गोइंग टू बी वन कैप्टन जो कंट्रोल करेगा दैट हु इज गोइंग टू प्ले एट व्हाट लेवल इन द टीम. This control and coordination by the nervous system and the endocrine system is an integrated system. ये एक दूसरे के साथ मिलके integration में काम करते हैं to perform all the physiologic functions of the human body. These are the systems which are working, because of which the human being is alive, because of which we are growing, because of which we can have the mental ability to think, we can reproduce, we can excrete, we can digest our food, we can get all the nutrients, is all because of these systems. Now the nervous system is very fast. It acts very fast. The action is short-lived. ये emergency में हम काम करते हैं nervous system, all right, and it does not reach the nerves. They do not innervate all the cells of the body. Whereas in contrast to this, the endocrine system has a slow action and it has a prolonged action. The action remains prolonged for a longer duration in the body, all right, and they can reach all the cells because the endocrine system is working through hormones which are secreted by the endocrine glands. These hormones, they are chemicals, so they can enter the cells. ये cells के अंदर जाके काम कर सकते हैं. So this action is going to be prolonged, it is going to be slow, and it is going to be over a long duration, can be within the cells, it can enter, the hormones can enter within the cells. Regarding the nervous system, we will be seeing in detail in the chapter of nervous coordination. Today we are going to specifically see about hormonal coordination where the endocrine system is involved. So now the endocrine system is made up of endocrine glands. These endocrine glands, they are ductless glands. मतलब इनका secretion, when they want to give out what they are secreting, endocrine glands are the ones who are going to secrete hormones. So ये जो secretion रहेगा, they don't have a proper channel or a proper duct through which the secretion is going to come into the bloodstream. See, if this is the endocrine gland, it's going to directly give its secretion over here, and the secretion is going to go in the blood. There is no proper duct present. So these are also called ductless glands. Endocrine glands are also called ductless glands. Important MCQ. They do not have a proper channel, proper duct through which the secretion is going to come to the bloodstream. whereas exocrine glands is the opposite of these endocrine glands. Exocrine glands, they are made up of ducts. एक proper duct रहेगी from the gland. There will be a proper duct which is bringing the secretion into the bloodstream, okay, into the target organ. Proper duct रहेगी. So these are called duct glands. The word exo means exit. इनके पास proper exit channel है. They have a proper exit channel, so they are called duct glands. Whereas endocrine glands, they do not have a proper exit channel. They do not have a duct. They are called ductless glands. They are going to pour their secretions directly into the bloodstream. So endocrine glands जो secrete करते हैं उनको बोलते हैं hormones. Hormones are secreted by the endocrine glands. These hormones are the chemical messengers. Do you remember acetylcholine, which was a neurotransmitter? Nerve आके muscle junction पे acetylcholine release करती है, वो लेके जाता है अंदर signal. Alright, it's a chemical messenger, it's a neurotransmitter. Nerve जो message लाई है वो transmit कर रहा है muscle को. Similarly, we have the hormones which are chemical messengers which are going to enter the cells which are targeted for that particular hormone. तो ये जो हार्मोन्स होते हैं ये टारगेट स्पेसिफिक होते हैं. दे आर गोइंग टू वर्क ऑन अ स्पेसिफिक टारगेट. Target specific. They will not be working on all the cells. All the hormones which will be secreted by these different endocrine glands we will speak of will not be working on all the cells of the body. इनके लिए पर्टिकुलर सेल्स टारगेट रहेंगे. एक पर्टिकुलर हार्मोन एक पर्टिकुलर टारगेट से आकर ही मिल सकेगा. दीज हार्मोन्स आर टारगेट स्पेसिफिक. दे आर नॉन न्यूट्रिएंट. इनमें न्यूट्रिशन कंपोनेंट हमको कुछ भी नहीं मिलने वाला है. दे आर नॉन न्यूट्रिएंट. दे आर केमिकल मैसेंजर्स. दे आर सिक्रीटेड इन वेरी लिटिल अमाउंट. ट्रेसेस में सिक्रीट होता है. secreted in very little amounts, less than grams. Okay, milligrams का भी कुछ कम है जो यूनिट उस उतने ग्राम्स में भी secrete हो सकते हैं. They are secreted in traces and they are secreted when they are needed. It is not all the time that all the hormones will be secreted in the body. They will be secreted when they are needed and they will be secreted in trace amounts. They are the chemical messengers, non-nutrient and they are intercellular messengers. एक सेल से दूसरे सेल में पास हो सकते हैं. Intercellular. They can pass in between the cells. So hormones are not intracellular, they are intercellular messengers. All right, MCQ over here. Secreted when needed, MCQ. Regulated by the nervous system. हम देखेंगे nervous system का कौन सा part है जो majority of the hormones in the body को regulate करता है. So these hormones, these chemical messengers, they are regulated by the nervous system. They have long-term effects on the human body. इनका effect prolonged रहेगा, इनका effect long-term रहेगा. Their function can either be stimulation और इनहिबिशन. ये या तो किसी टारगेट ऑर्गन की एक्टिविटी बढ़ा सकते हैं या तो उस टारगेट ऑर्गन की एक्टिविटी कम कर सकते हैं. So when they are stimulating, they are increasing its activity. When they are inhibiting, they are reducing its activity. So their function can be stimulation or can be inhibition on a particular target organ. Can do both of the things. And their action can be synergistic or antagonistic. Synergistic means ये one hormone, ये एक हार्मोन है, ये एक हार्मोन है, तो दोनों प्लस में काम करेंगे, दोनों साथ मिलके काम करेंगे एक दूसरे के. That is a synergistic action. When two or more hormones are working synergistically, working together to perform a particular function, it is called synergism or synergistic. Whereas when hormones oppose each other, एक हार्मोन बीपी बढ़ा रहा है, दूसरा हार्मोन बीपी कम कर रहा है, that is called antagonistic action. One hormone is increasing the BP, one hormone is decreasing the BP. That is called antagonism, opposite to each other. All right. Synergism will be both the hormones are helping in increasing the BP. So those hormones are synergistic hormones. Antagonistic will be एक हार्मोन बढ़ा रहा है, एक हार्मोन कम कर रहा है. Those will be antagonistic hormones. The study of these endocrine system, that is including the endocrine glands, their secretions, that is the hormones, as well as their diseases, is called endocrinology. Endocrinology. It is the study of the endocrine glands, then their secretions, that is the hormones, plus their diseases or disorders. So this is what is endocrinology, and the father of endocrinology is Thomas Edison. Father of endocrinology is Thomas Edison. These are some MCQs which can come, so you should know. Just make a note of it. The human endocrine system, it is made up of different endocrine glands which are distributed in different regions of the body. And hypothalamus, that is a part of the nervous system. I will come to which part of the nervous system it is. It is the supermaster. It is the supermaster who is regulating the hormones of the pituitary, which in turn is regulating the other hormones in the body or the other endocrine glands in the body. So hypothalamus supermaster है, उसके अंदर में पिट्यूटरी है और बाकी हार्मोन्स हैं, और पिट्यूटरी के अंदर बहुत सारे पिट्यूटरी के कंट्रोल में बाकी के ऑर्गन्स हैं. सो इन टर्न हाइपोथैलेमस के अंदर वो है कंट्रोल. दैट इज व्हाट वी हैड स्पोकन ऑफ, दैट हार्मोन्स they are regulated by the nervous system. All right, let us see the different endocrine glands in the human body. So this is the region of the brain. This is the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus का extension करके बनता है pituitary gland. This is single in number, present in the brain region. आपको उसका location और उसका number लिखते जाना है. So pituitary, it is present in the brain region. Do you remember we had seen sella turcica, a bone in the cranium? Alright, sella turcica में एक छोटी सी cavity थी. Sella turcica was a small cavity in which bone? In sphenoid bone, जिसमें pituitary gland located था. So pituitary gland is located at the base of the brain, in the cranial bones, okay, in the sphenoid bone. Sphenoid bone में एक cavity है sella turcica. I'll show you some pictures. Alright, जिसमें pituitary gland located है. Pineal gland, it is also one in number and located at the dorsal side, पीछे के side से forebrain के. Then you have the thyroid gland, which is one in number, but it is bilobed. It is present surrounding the windpipe. जो हमारा trachea होता है, trachea is also called the windpipe. So thyroid gland is present on both the sides of the trachea. It is one single gland. It is a butterfly-shaped gland. See, H-shaped or butterfly-shaped gland. It is one in number, but it is bilobed. So उसका appearance two glands का आता है. All right. So MCQ over here. Parathyroids, they are four in number, located on the dorsal aspect of the thyroid. Thyroid पे पीछे से दो एक लोब में रहेंगे, दो दूसरे लोब में रहेंगे. That is how you have four parathyroid glands. Then you have the thymus gland. This thymus gland is located in between the lungs. This is also one in number. The thymus is also one in number. But this thymus, it is transient. It is transient. It is not a permanent gland of the body. It is transient. It remains in the body from birth to 13 years of age. From birth to 13 years. It remains in the body only for that much time. So it's a transient gland. Alright. This transient gland, you have to remember with thymus, it is also called ephemeral. Aphimeral. Ephemeral means transient. It's going to remain in the body only from birth till 13 years. We will see the functions of all these glands later on. Then you have the adrenal gland. You very well remember that the gland which is on the superior surface of the kidneys, anteriorly, okay, anterior surface of the kidneys is the adrenal gland. So since there are two kidneys, there will be two adrenal glands. Then in the female body, there will be a pair of ovaries. So two ovaries which are endocrine in function, which secrete hormones. Then in the male, you will have a pair of testes. So two testes. So human endocrine system is made up of all these endocrine glands. It's a complex system. In vertebrates में इतना complex endocrine system नहीं रहता है. The vertebrates have a complex endocrine system. And here we are studying these endocrine glands of the human body. Apart from these distinct endocrine glands, the organs, that is the gastrointestinal tract, the liver, the kidney and the heart also secrete hormones. ये भी hormones secrete करते हैं, so you have to include them also in your list. Now you very well know that the liver was secreting angiotensinogen. हमने ये देखा है, liver was secreting angiotensinogen. Kidney secretes erythropoietin because some amount of red blood cells are formed in the kidney. So erythropoietin secrete होता है kidney में. You all know that the heart, the atrial wall of the heart, it secretes ANF, that is atrial natriuretic factor, जो check रखता है renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system पे. We have dealt with this. Okay, the ANF is secreted by the heart, whereas digestion में you have seen the various hormones that the intestines are secreting. That is gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin. So यहाँ पे ये सारे hormones आएंगे. Gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin. All these are also hormones produced by these organs. What hormones are produced by these organs? We will see as we come to one gland. We are going to see all these glands in detail. So you make a list of the human endocrine system. You should write the location and the number of each gland in the human endocrine system. Also have to learn about the origin. You know that from the embryo, 3 germ layers are formed. Ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Formation of these 3 germ layers we will be seeing in detail in the chapter of reproduction. But कौन सा organ, कौन सा endocrine gland, कौन से germ layer से originate हुआ है, that is their origin. So this origin का chart you have to make. The pituitary and pineal, they are from the ectoderm. Okay, they are ectodermal in origin, ectoderm. Then the thyroid, parathyroid and thymus, they are from the endoderm. So आप sequence में याद रख सकते हो. ऊपर pituitary और pineal है, वो ectoderm है. Then thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, ये endodermal है. Alright. Then adrenals. Adrenals is going to be mix of ectoderm and mesoderm. So adrenal gland जो है, उसका outer surface is called cortex, inner surface is called medulla. So the adrenal gland is divided into adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. This adrenal cortex is originated from the mesoderm, whereas the adrenal medulla, it is originated from the endoderm, from the ectoderm. So this you have to remember. Adrenal gland, it is dual in origin. Dual in origin रहेगा. Alright. Then ovaries and testes, that are the reproductive endocrine glands, they are both mesodermal in origin. ऐसे आप इसको याद रख सकते हो. Ovaries और testes दोनों reproductive endocrine glands हैं, which help in reproduction, specific to males and females. So ये mesodermal in origin है. This origin of the different glands you have to remember. So just make a chart of it. Now I will start from the controller. हमारा super master, हमारा super controller from the nervous system is the hypothalamus. Where is this hypothalamus located? Important MCQs. Now see, our brain, it is divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain is made up of cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus. So forebrain के ये 3 parts हैं, cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus. Then you have the midbrain and then you have the hindbrain which is made up of cerebellum. Hind मतलब पीछे, fore मतलब सामने. So forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Forebrain is made up of cerebrum, thalamus, hypothalamus. Then you have the midbrain. Then you have the hindbrain. The hindbrain is made up of cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata का continuation होता है spinal cord. So ये पीछे का portion है. Spinal cord is then continuing through the neural canal. Alright, so this you have to remember. This is where we trace our hypothalamus from. The position of the hypothalamus, it is a part of forebrain. Now this forebrain we know is divided into cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus. Cerebrum वाले part को हम बोलते हैं prosencephalon. Cephalon is fusion of different parts of the brain, different parts of the head region. So cephalon में cerebrum forms the prosencephalon, whereas forebrain का दूसरा part, that is the diencephalon, it's going to form thalamus and hypothalamus. So diencephalon is made up of thalamus and hypothalamus. So अगर हमको hypothalamus की correct position बतानी है तो हम बताएंगे brain में particularly forebrain में particularly diencephalon में. Are you getting me? In the brain, then in the forebrain, then in the diencephalon. So there should be no confusion to this now. It is the basal region of the diencephalon. Diencephalon का base वाला part होता है hypothalamus. This midbrain, it is also called mesencephalon. And this hindbrain, it is also called as rhombencephalon. So you have the brain divided into prosencephalon, mesencephalon, rhombencephalon. Then you have the cerebrum, pura forebrain is prosencephalon. The cerebrum is the telencephalon. Alright, just make this correction. Forebrain is prosencephalon, midbrain is mesencephalon, hindbrain is rhombencephalon. Then in the prosencephalon, you have the telencephalon and the diencephalon. Telencephalon is made up of cerebrum, and then diencephalon mein you have thalamus and hypothalamus. So hypothalamus की location in the brain, then in the forebrain, and in the forebrain it is particularly in the diencephalon. ये different parts of the brain हम detail में फिर से लेंगे nervous system में, where we are going to particularly study about the brain and the functions of the different parts. But hypothalamus, it has neural functions also. It has these endocrine functions also. It is regulating all the endocrine glands. It is the master controller of the body. Body के सारे major metabolic physiologic functions यहाँ पे regulate होते हैं. So you have to remember about this hypothalamus, उसका position. Regarding the hypothalamus, let us have all these points very clear. It is the part of the forebrain. It is ectodermal in origin. It is the floor of the diencephalon or base of the diencephalon बोलेंगे, because diencephalon is made up of thalamus and hypothalamus. So thalamus के नीचे आता है hypothalamus. It is the floor of the diencephalon. Then it plays a major role in major body functions, especially regulation of body temperature, that is homeostasis, important. It also plays an important role in regulating the water and food, that is the urge to drink and to eat. Alright, it maintains major body functions, that is also its role, जो हम nervous coordination में भी देखेंगे. Alright, it is going to regulate the pituitary gland, which in turn is going to regulate majority of the endocrine glands in the body. Alright, and majority of the hormones that are secreted. So it is going to regulate the pituitary gland. Hypothalamus is going to regulate the pituitary gland. It is going to stimulate, it is going to send either releasing hormone or inhibiting hormone. जब वो रिलीजिंग हार्मोन रिलीज करेगा तो पिट्यूटरी से एक पर्टिकुलर हार्मोन का सिक्रीशन stimulate hoga. It's going to stimulate the release of that particular hormone. And when that hormone is not required, तो वो inhibit करेगा. It's going to inhibit the secretion or the stimulation of that hormone will be stopped or it will be inhibited. So hypothalamus is going to have both the roles on the pituitary gland, that is plus as well as minus. It's going to help in stimulating the release of hormones, and it's also going to inhibit the release of hormones which will be produced in the pituitary, and more specifically this will be for the anterior pituitary. We will see later why I'm writing the word anterior over here. So more specifically it's going to be for the anterior pituitary, alright, because posterior pituitary में it's going to have its own hormones. हाइपोथैलेमस खुद कुछ हार्मोन्स भी सिंथेसाइज करता है जो कि डायरेक्टली पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी के थ्रू रिलीज होते हैं. दीज हार्मोन्स आर एडीएच एंड ऑक्सीटोसिन. ADH and oxytocin, these two hormones are synthesized by the hypothalamus itself. We will speak that where in the hypothalamus these hormones are synthesized. You have to remember the two hormones which are directly synthesized in the hypothalamus, produced in the hypothalamus, and they are released through the posterior pituitary. Why posterior? We will speak of this. So these two hormones completely belong to the posterior pituitary, whereas for the anterior pituitary, it's going to have the releasing hormones and the inhibiting hormones. It's going to send the releasing factors and the inhibiting factors or the inhibiting hormones. And this releasing and inhibiting is going to be held, is going to be regulated by a feedback mechanism. अगर hypothalamus के पास पॉजिटिव फीडबैक जाएगा तो हाइपोथैलेमस रिलीज करेगा उस रिलीजिंग हार्मोन को, सिग्नल देगा एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी को टू रिलीज अ सर्टेन हार्मोन. And when any organ or any part of the body is sending negative feedback mechanism, it is sending negative feedback to the hypothalamus that we do not require this hormone anymore. अब हमको नहीं चाहिए, इसका सिक्रीशन बंद कर दो, तो नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म आएगा. तो जब ये नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म हाइपोथैलेमस के पास पहुंचेगा, हाइपोथैलेमस इज गोइंग टू इनहिबिट द रिलीज ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर हार्मोन फ्रॉम द एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी. So very important, ectodermal in origin. It is the floor of the diencephalon. It is playing a major role in homeostasis, regulation of body temperature, regulation of osmotic balance. It regulates the pituitary gland through the releasing hormone and the inhibiting hormones. It's going to have the positive and negative feedback mechanism, जिसके थ्रू कौन सा हार्मोन कब रिलीज होगा और कौन सा हार्मोन का रिलीज कब स्टॉप होगा या इनहिबिट होगा, ये फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म is going to work, and it's going to synthesize its own hormones in the hypothalamus itself जो रिलीज होंगे through the posterior pituitary. These two hormones are ADH and oxytocin. So hormones which are directly synthesized in the hypothalamus and are released through the posterior pituitary will be ADH and oxytocin. Whereas pituitary hormones के लिए, anterior pituitary hormones के लिए, it's going to send the releasing hormones and the inhibiting hormones. वो releasing hormone के signal पर anterior pituitary में वो particular hormone बनेगा. Alright, so now we will see from where are these hormones, in which place are these hormones are going to be made in the hypothalamus itself. Chalo. Now, the hypothalamus being nervous in function, okay, it's a nervous tissue, brain में है ये, alright, it's going to be made up of neurons and neuroglial cells. Hypothalamus area में neurons रहेंगे और neuroglial cells रहेंगे. It will have neurons plus neuroglial cells. What are these neuroglial cells? They are the ones which provide nourishment to the neurons. न्यूरॉन्स को सपोर्ट करते हैं. सो न्यूरॉन सपोर्टिंग सेल्स आर न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स, एंड यू आर गोइंग टू हैव the neurons itself over here. Now, do you remember the structure of a neuron? We had done it in nervous tissue, in structural organization in animals. Okay, I will tell you about that lecture. I'll send you the link to that lecture. Just see, हम न्यूरॉन को ऐसे बनाते हैं. This is the cell body which will have multiple dendroids and then one axon which is going to terminate in multiple synaptic bulbs. It's going to terminate in multiple synaptic bulbs. This is the body. Okay. This is the axon. This region where the axon is starting from the body is called axon hillock. याद है आपको? These are the dendrites. Dendrites. It's going to have a nucleus, it's going to have mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, all the things which a normal cell has, but it's also going to have these granules which are called Nissel's granules. So complete central nervous system, peripheral nervous system is made up of these neurons. ये हमने nervous tissue में देखा है, all right? It's going to be made up of these neurons. This is the Nissel's granules. And we've spoken of myelinated and non-myelinated nerve fibers. जहाँ पे myelin sheath present है axon पे, उनको myelinated nerve fibers बोलते हैं. So see this, I am drawing this myelin sheath which is present on the axon. ये myelin sheath present है axon पे. Such a neuron will be called myelinated neuron. There are majority myelinated neurons in our nervous system, in the human nervous system, all right? So this is the myelin sheath. This place where the myelin sheath is absent is called nodes of Ranvier. This place where the myelin sheath is absent and then again there is myelin sheath is called nodes of Ranvier. We will see in detail about this myelin sheath and functioning of a myelinated neuron when we see the nervous system. मैं आपको अभी न्यूरॉन के बारे में क्यों बता रही हूँ? Because hypothalamus is present in the brain. ये नर्वस सिस्टम का एक पार्ट है. तो hypothalamus is going to be made up of these neurons. Alright? अब अगर मैं ब्रेन को डिवाइड करूं आउटर कॉर्टेक्स और इनर मेडुला में, if this is the cortex and this is the medulla. Brain is also divided into outer cortex part, inner medulla part, जैसे किडनी डिवाइड होती है, okay? एड्रिनल ग्लैंड डिवाइड होता है, हमने देखा अभी. So ये cortex में neurons are present, cell body and axons they will come here. These will be the synaptic bulbs. ये cell body, axons they will come here. ये cell body, axons they will come and terminate over here. ये cell body, axons इधर आएंगे. इधर दूसरी cell bodies, इधर axons. यहाँ पे दूसरी cell bodies, इधर axons. So these neurons, they give the appearance. Cortex में majority cell bodies रहती है. Cortex is made up of cell bodies, whereas the medulla is made up of the axon fibers. So cortex का appearance grey रहता है and medulla का appearance white matter का रहता है. This is what we call grey matter and white matter. इसको कैसे याद रखेंगे? Because myelin sheath present है यहाँ पे. Alright, it's a fibrous layer. So you will remember कि ये जो myelinated sheaths है वो white color की रहेगी. Myelin sheath is white or creamish in color. So ये जो axons हैं यहाँ पे white color का appearance देंगे, whereas these cell bodies, these dendrites along with the body is going to give a grey appearance. That is how we divide the brain into grey matter and white matter. But इसमें से कुछ cell bodies, now hypothalamus में white matter रहेगा. Hypothalamus is going to be here in the medulla portion. Hypothalamus is going to be here in the medulla portion. So hypothalamus में ये white matter रहेगा, but some cell bodies they come over here. They traverse and come down in the hypothalamus region. These cell bodies, these cells, these neurons are going to be the neurosecretory cells of the hypothalamus. Neurosecretory. Why are we calling it neurosecretory? Because they are going to have nervous function also and they are going to secrete hormones also. So ये neurosecretory cells, ये neurosecretory nuclei in the hypothalamus is the site where hormones are produced or they are synthesized. So ये hypothalamus में बनेंगे ये neurosecretory cells में, in the neurosecretory neurons. Alright? We call them neurosecretory nuclei, neurosecretory cells और neurosecretory nuclei. ऐसे बहुत सारे bundles रहेंगे hypothalamus में neurosecretory cells के या nuclei के which are going to produce hormones. Alright, so this will be the site of production of hormones over here. Along with these neurons, we have seen that neuroglial cells are also present. So आप अभी के लिए ये याद रखो कि ब्रेन में न्यूरॉन्स के साथ हमारे पास न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स भी हैं. And neuroglial cells are more in number than the neurons. बहुत सारे न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स रहेंगे. न्यूरोग्लियल सेल्स का नंबर is more as compared to the neurons. Neuroglial cells are the cells which support the neurons, which nourish the neurons. So these are more in number than the actual neurons in the human brain. हम ये सब फिर से देखने वाले हैं जब हम nervous system देखेंगे. But to explain you that which are the secretory cells in the hypothalamus which are secreting the hormones, I had to explain you gray matter and white matter. And then these neurosecretory nuclei or neurosecretory cells. To explain gray matter and white matter, I had to tell you about the structure of a neuron. Alright, the dendrite part, dendrites, body, axon and the synaptic bulbs. So this is the structure of the neuron. It is the largest cell in the human body and our brain is or our nervous system is made up of neurons plus neuroglial cells. ये आप अभी आपके पास लिख लो. Having seen ये neurons कहाँ पे secrete होंगे, कौन secrete करेगा? We have seen that neurosecretory cells, these neurons in the hypothalamus, these bundles of neurosecretory cells, neurosecretory nuclei in the hypothalamus, यहाँ के neurons secrete करने वाले हैं hypothalamus के hormones. So these are going to travel through the axon and are going to be released at the terminal ends. मतलब यहाँ पर हार्मोन सिक्रीट होगा, यहाँ पर हार्मोन सिक्रीट होगा, बनेगा, प्रोड्यूस होगा. It's going to travel through the axon and is going to be released through the nerve endings. ये बनेगा न्यूरॉन के बॉडी पार्ट में, एक्सोनल पोर्शन को ट्रैवल करके रिलीज होगा थ्रू द टर्मिनल एंडिंग्स, थ्रू दीज नर्व एंडिंग्स ऑफ ईच न्यूरॉन. सो हाइपोथैलेमस में जो न्यूरॉन्स हैं उनकी न्यूक्लियाई में बनेगा और उनके एक्सॉन के थ्रू ट्रैवल करके नीचे नर्व एंडिंग्स पे रिलीज होगा. दैट इज हाउ द हाइपोथैलेमिक न्यूरॉन्स आर गोइंग टू ट्रैवल, दे आर गोइंग टू कम. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू सी कि ये कहाँ पर आएंगे, कहाँ ट्रैवल करेंगे. ओके, सो ऑब्वियसली दे आर गोइंग टू ट्रैवल टू द पिट्यूटरी. दे आर गोइंग टू ट्रैवल टू द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड. This gland lies in close association with the hypothalamus. हम अभी पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड का डेवलपमेंट देखेंगे, उसकी लोकेशन देखेंगे, उसकी एनाटॉमी देखेंगे. सो यू विल कोरिलेट दैट हाइपोथैलेमस के बहुत क्लोज है ये पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड. ऑलराइट, नाउ लेट अस डिस्कस द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड, बिकॉज विद दिस आई कैन एक्सप्लेन यू how the hormones are traveling to the anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. To understand this, we first need to understand how the anterior and the posterior pituitary is developed. Alright? So, listen to me very carefully. During the embryonic stage, जब बेबी अपने मदर के वूम में रहता है, इट इज स्टिल इन द डेवलपमेंटल स्टेजेस, जब एम्ब्रियो डेवलप हो रहा है, दैट टाइम हाइपोथैलेमस में से, हाइपोथैलेमस, दिस इज माय हाइपोथैलेमस, वहां से एक फिंगर लाइक एक्सटेंशन नीचे आता है. कौन से टिश्यू का? एक्टोडर्मल टिश्यू का. वी हैव सीन द हाइपोथैलेमस इज एक्टोडर्मल इन ओरिजिन. तो ये हाइपोथैलेमस में से एक फिंगर लाइक एक्सटेंशन नीचे आता है. Alright, this finger-like extension which is coming down from the hypothalamus forms the posterior pituitary. So downward extension, मेरे words ध्यान से सुनो, उसके बाद हम लिखेंगे इसको एक फ्लो चार्ट में. Downward extension, alright, या finger-like extension from the hypothalamus which projects downwards, which extends downwards, this is going to form the posterior pituitary. Means posterior pituitary ये है, ये मेरा जो nail है वो आप समझो posterior pituitary है. This is going to be the stalk which is going to connect hypothalamus and the posterior pituitary. तो ये ectodermal है, ectodermal tissues ही नीचे invagination करके आ रहे हैं, downward invagination, downward extension, finger-like extension from the hypothalamus is going to form the posterior pituitary. ये मेरा posterior pituitary बन गया है from the hypothalamus. It's going to be neuroectodermal in origin because hypothalamus is made up of neurons and is ectodermal in origin. ये neuroectodermal है, तो posterior pituitary भी neuroectodermal in origin होगा. Now, from the roof of my buccal cavity, ये तो यहाँ पे हो रहा है brain में hypothalamus, वहां से नीचे आया है. From the roof of my buccal cavity, of my oral cavity, there is going to be an upward protrusion of again ectodermal cells. Upward protrusion of ectodermal cells from the roof of my buccal cavity is going to go up over here. See. And this finger will be forming the anterior pituitary. Alright, this finger will be forming the anterior pituitary. This downward extension of the hypothalamus will form the posterior pituitary. Upward protrusion of the buccal cavity, ectoderm, during embryonic life is going to form the anterior pituitary. That means anterior pituitary नीचे से ऊपर बन रहा है, posterior pituitary ऊपर से नीचे आ रहा है. अब ये दोनों fingers distinct हैं, you can see. This is anterior, this is posterior. And ये जो cleft दिख रहा है आपको, इसका जो separation दिख रहा है दोनों fingers के बीच में, that is going to form the middle pituitary. So ये anterior pituitary, then middle and then posterior. Alright, so anterior pituitary को बोलते हैं adenohypophysis, posterior pituitary को बोलते हैं neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis is the upward growth, upward protrusion of the ectoderm of the roof of the buccal cavity. Neurohypophysis or posterior pituitary is the downward extension of the hypothalamus. तो ये जो connecting stalk है उसको बोलते हैं infundibulum और ये जो है ये है anterior pituitary, ये ऊपर आ रहा है. तो ये यहाँ पे anterior pituitary और posterior pituitary रहेंगे और ये anterior pituitary stalk region में भी रहेगा. I'll tell you the names. Stalk region में जो anterior pituitary का region है उसको क्या बोलते हैं and नीचे वाले को क्या बोलते हैं. And then posterior pituitary. We will write down all these names, but before that, ये जो हमने अभी समझा है, we are going to write it down in a flowchart form. So, quickly see what I've told you about the development of pituitary gland. It is an amalgamation of two tissues. इसीलिए pituitary gland is dual in origin. वो दो different type of tissues के amalgamation से के mix होने से बना है. Now anterior pituitary, finger-like projection of ectoderm which grows above from the roof of the buccal cavity or of the mouth. ऊपर एक extension जा रहा है. This extension, it is also called Raskay's pouch. It is the upward protrusion from the roof of the buccal cavity. This is going to form the anterior pituitary, which is also called adenohypophysis. Alright, this is also called adenohypophysis. whereas downward growth from the hypothalamus, from the base of the diencephalon, finger-like ectodermal tissue which is growing downwards from the diencephalon, from the base of the developing brain. This is a downward extension. It's going to form the posterior pituitary or the neurohypophysis. ये नर्वस सिस्टम से आ रहा है ये एक्सटेंशन, इसीलिए न्यूरो हाइपोफाइसिस ऐसे याद रखो. एंड एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड अडीनो हाइपोफाइसिस. दिस इज द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड ड्यूरिंग द एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेज when the embryo is developing. These two tissues are distinct from each other. Although ये एक दूसरे के साथ present हैं, देखो ये एक दूसरे के साथ present हैं. This is the upward extension, this is the downward extension. They are tightly opposed to each other. Okay, these two tissues are tightly holding each other, but they have distinct structural entity and different functions. We will be seeing कि anterior pituitary का structure अलग है, functions अलग है, posterior pituitary का structure अलग है, functions अलग है. So it is dual in origin. ये ectodermal है, purely ectodermal, and posterior pituitary it is neuroectodermal. Because nervous system से आ रहा है, so it's going to have the nervous cells and it's going to have the ectoderm. So quickly write down these flowcharts so that you understand this what we have learned about the development of the pituitary gland. Quickly write down this pituitary gland. It is bilobed. It is very, very small in size. Of a green pea या फिर वो काला चना. आपने देखा है काला चना में डिवीजन भी रहता है एक सेंटर में, तो एक एंटीरियर पार्ट बना लो, दूसरा पोस्टीरियर बना दो. इतना छोटा सा जो ब्लैक ग्राम आता है काला चना, ऑलराइट, उतनी साइज का रहेगा पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड. एंटीरियर विल बी टुवर्ड्स द फेस, पोस्टीरियर विल बी बिहाइंड. एंटीरियर विल बी द फेस साइड, पोस्टीरियर विल बी द बिहाइंड साइड. जो ऑक्सीपिटल बोन के साइड जाएगा वो पोस्टीरियर होगा. सो ये बायलोब, दिस इज डिवाइडेड इनटू एंटीरियर एंड पोस्टीरियर. इट्स वेरी स्मॉल इन साइज. इसका साइज अगर हम देखें तो इट विल बी अप्रोक्सीमेटली 12 mm in length and around 8 mm in width. Are you getting me? Length and width. I'm speaking mm. All right. एक mm means कितना सेंटीमीटर होता है, सोच के देखो. या 1 centimeter is equal to how much mm? इतना सा mm, 12 mm and 8 mm. That is the size, and the weight is around 0.5 grams. हाफ अ ग्राम वेट भी नहीं है उसका, अप्रोक्सीमेटली 0.5 grams का वेट रहता है. So this pituitary gland, which is so small, is the master endocrine gland of the body. It is the master. Now let us see the location. ये ब्रेन में ही लोकेटेड है, हाइपोथैलेमस से ऊपर आ रहा है. जो रूफ ऑफ द ओरल कैविटी से अपवर्ड एक्सटेंशन जा रहा था, जब यहाँ बोन प्रॉपर बन जाता है, फीटल लाइफ में कार्टिलेज रहता है, जब यहाँ बोन प्रॉपर बन जाता है तो वो सेपरेट हो जाता है ओरल कैविटी से, और ये जो एक्टोडर्मल पार्ट से एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी बना था वो ऊपर चला जाता है. सो इट इज लोकेटेड इन द बोनी कैविटी कॉल्ड सेला टर्सिका. And if I tell you that this bony cavity is in the base of the brain, base पे है, so you now think of cranium where your brain is located. ऊपर के हमने देखे थे frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal bones, और नीचे से base कौन बनाता है? Occipital, sphenoid, ethmoid. So this is going to be located in the sphenoid bone. So pituitary gland is located in a small bony cavity. The name of the cavity is sella turcica. The bone is sphenoid bone. All these are MCQs. Weight is around 0.5 grams. It is bilobed, anterior and posterior. Anterior को हम बोलते हैं adenohypophysis. Posterior को हम बोलते हैं neurohypophysis. Pituitary को in general हम बोलते हैं hypophysis. Hypophysis. So adenohypophysis, neurohypophysis, and it is very small. So ये hypothalamus से जो extend आके वो सेला टर्सिका में located रहता है. नीचे का जो protrusion है वो भी वहां पे मिलके सेला टर्सिका में located रहेंगे. So this is going to be the location of the pituitary gland, which you have to remember. Now we will do the diagram, which will show you how the posterior pituitary has developed and how the anterior pituitary has developed. Chalo, do the diagram with me. See, this is the hypothalamus से ये hypothalamus से एक downward extension आएगा. So this is the downward extension and this is forming the posterior pituitary. This is my hypothalamus. This is the downward extension from the hypothalamus of the ectodermal tissue, which is called the infundibulum. Infundibulum, or the stalk that is connecting, that is coming down, projecting down to form the posterior pituitary. Whereas anterior pituitary, now I'll be drawing from below to above. So this is going to be the anterior pituitary. It has grown like this around the infundibulum and from here. So actually it is an upward extension from here. But when the bone is formed, जब cartilage ossify हो गया है, यहाँ पे अच्छा bone हो गया है, तो ये downward extension अपने नीचे के ectodermal tissue से disconnect होके, you have a bony cavity over here in this bone, that is the sphenoid bone. The name of the cavity is sella turcica, where the pituitary gland is located. It is secured rather in that small cavity. The small pea-sized gland is secured. So ये हो जाएगा, red portion हो जाएगा मेरा anterior pituitary. ये blue portion हो जाएगा मेरा posterior side. This will be the posterior side. This will be the anterior side. More specifically now, this will be the anterior pituitary. Now I want to explain you a very important concept. Just pay attention, okay? See, can you see hypothalamus से posterior pituitary के पास आने के लिए direct एक रास्ता खुला है. दिख रहा है आपको? देखो direct एक रास्ता. देखो यहाँ से आ रहे हैं, डायरेक्ट एक रास्ता है. तो यहाँ पे जो न्यूरॉन्स हैं, जो सिक्रीट कर रहे हैं हार्मोन्स, इनके एक्सॉन्स डायरेक्ट यहाँ पे आके अपने सिक्रीशन छोड़ सकते हैं पोस्टीरियर पिट्यूटरी में. ये जो न्यूरॉन्स हैं, दे कैन ट्रैवल डायरेक्टली ओवर हियर. वी हैव सीन कि न्यूरोसिक्रीटरी फंक्शन है इन न्यूरॉन्स. These neurosecretory nuclei in the hypothalamus, they are going to produce hormones. So posterior pituitary को directly ये hormones आ जाते हैं through the axonal ends of these neurons. हमने देखा था कि neurons यहाँ पे produce होंगे, through the axons they will travel and through the terminal ends of the nerve they will be released into the posterior pituitary. Whereas over here for the anterior pituitary, can you see that there is a direct way? There is a direct pathway? No, there is no direct pathway. So, hypothalamus, यहाँ के जो neurons secrete कर रहे हैं secretions, hormones, releasing and inhibiting hormones, alright? They are going to give it. Now, hypothalamus is going to have an artery which is going inside, and a vein which is coming outside. This vein, these venules, small venules, they are going to take the secretions from here. ये nerve endings से यहाँ पे जाएगा, blood में जाएगा ये hormones. This is not going to come out now and join the superior vena cava to take the deoxygenated blood to the heart. but rather it's going to take this deoxygenated blood which is having these hormones from the hypothalamus. ये vein बाहर नहीं जाएगी. These small venules, they are going to form a large vein which will again enter over here as large veins, and then this will leave the posterior pituitary and will join the superior vena cava. This will further join the superior vena cava to go back to the heart. Such a vein which will have venules from one side, that is capillaries, venular capillaries on one side, venular capillaries on the other side, is called a portal vein. And because it is present in the hypothalamus region, it is called the hypophyseal portal vein. Hypophyseal portal vein. Are you getting me? Posterior pituitary में तो directly hormones आ जाएंगे through the axonal, travel through the axon and they will be released through the nerve ending. But anterior pituitary में there is no direct communication. So यहाँ के hormones यहाँ पे vein में जाएंगे blood में. Okay, blood that is entering the hypothalamus is going to carry these new hormones from here, and the blood that is leaving is going to have these releasing and inhibiting hormones. So this blood which is coming out from the hypothalamus, it will not go directly to the heart. It will first go to another organ, that is the pituitary, that is the anterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary में से ये हार्मोन्स यहाँ पे निकल जाएंगे और उसके बाद ये ब्लड जाएगा superior vena cava के through सीधा. Do you remember incoming chambers of deoxygenated to the blood of deoxygenated blood to the heart are superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. So हम ये ऊपर से आने वाली blood की बात कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए superior vena cava. These structures are located above, okay, above the heart. So superior vena cava में जाएगा. Such a vein which is starting as venules, ending as venules, बीच की vein is called a portal vein. This is also called the hypophyseal portal vein. Alright, so this is going to bring the hormones to the anterior pituitary. ये आपके NCERT textbook में सिर्फ एक ही sentence में लिखा हुआ है that the hormones they travel to the anterior pituitary from the hypothalamus through the hypophyseal portal vein, and hormones they travel to the posterior pituitary from the hypothalamus directly through the axon of the neuron. But to explain why this is so, we had to understand the different origins. ये origin ही यहाँ से हो रहा है posterior pituitary. So it's going to come down. It's going to have a connection. Whereas anterior pituitary is not going to have this type of direct neuron connection or pathway. So ये blood के through आएंगे. Alright, so this is the hypophyseal portal system. Anterior pituitary को hypophyseal portal system is going to give the hormones, whereas posterior pituitary में directly आएंगे. So we will continue in the next lecture. Alright, I hope this is clear with you. ये diagram आप खुद करके देखो. There is nothing in this diagram if you understand कि एक downward projection है hypothalamus से, दूसरा upward projection है buccal cavity से. ये दो distinct entities बन गई. इनके बीच का portion will be the pars intermedia. ये जो cleftal portion है over here now, this is going to be, here is going to be the pars intermedia. Pars intermedia. But इसका कोई इतना रोल नहीं है. Pars intermedia has no such role, much role in the human. Alright, we will discuss the different roles. Now anterior pituitary को divide करते हैं हम अलग अलग parts में. उसका internal structure अलग रहेगा. Posterior pituitary के अलग अलग parts रहते हैं. We will see all this in the next lecture. Just make this diagram nicely, okay? I'm giving you all 2 minutes. Just make it. And see that you establish a direct pathway from the hypothalamus to the posterior pituitary.